It's Tuesday, December 17. In the headlines in local news, CAC urges caution in consumer financial decisions this Christmas. In business news, T-Tech receives takeover offer from Simply Secure. Regionally, Japan grants $730 million to support CARICOM industrial growth. And in sports, West Indies falls short in final over Bangladesh in first T20. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Brittany Clark. The chairman of the Economic Program Oversight Committee, EPOC, Keith Duncan, has praised the Jamaican government's recent US $480 million securitization deal involving assets at the Norman Manley International Airport. Speaking at the final quarterly briefing, Duncan highlighted the deal's positive impact on Jamaica's fiscal performance and economic stability.
Tax revenues of the $475.7 billion surpassed the budget estimates by $1.5 billion and actually increased year over year by $25.8 billion, a 5.7% improvement. I want to make a note of that 5.7% increase in tax revenues. Non-tax revenues were $2.4 billion above budget, $76.1 billion higher than the receipts for non-tax revenues for April to October 2023. This largely reflects the securitization transaction, which yielded an inflow of $70.7 billion for GOJ.
With the Ministry of Finance sharing that the net proceeds from the deal will reduce debt interest and support government expenses, including wages and programs. Duncan added that it also helped offset potential tax revenue losses from fiscal measures like higher income tax thresholds and pension exemptions.
The revenue neutral measures announced during the financial year 2024-25 budget reflected a tax revenue loss of $25.1 billion. These were offset by non-tax revenue due to inflows from the planned securitization. So those tax revenue loss measures include the increase in income tax threshold, which was about $8.9 billion, increase in pension exemption, the reverse income tax credit of $11.4 billion. So these were offset by the inflows from the securitization effort.
Although Jamaica's total revenues hit $475.7 billion, exceeding budget estimates by $1.5 billion, showing strong financial resilience, Mr. Duncan emphasized the importance of maintaining fiscal discipline going forward. The Consumer Affairs Commission, CAC, is urging persons to exercise caution and diligence when considering financial assistance options such as loans during the Christmas season. More in this report.
Speaking at a Jamaica Information Service think tank on December 12, Consumer Affairs Commission CEO Dulcie Allen warned that while financial institutions may offer attractive deals like quick loans or deferred payment plans, these offers are not without conditions.
You will hear a number of financial institutions advertising and offering special loans, quick loans, and you don't have to start paying until next 3 months, and all those nice, enticing way of encouraging you to come and take. But as consumers, we have to remember that nothing comes free, and nothing is really cheap. So we have to ensure that we do the math before we make our decisions. So we encourage you, if you don't fully understand all the terms and conditions of these proposals or these offerings, ask the relevant questions when you go shopping for a loan.
She also highlighted the rise in cybercrimes, urging consumers to remain extra vigilant in order to avoid falling victims to scams.
In light of what is happening now in terms of the cybercrimes, you have to be even more careful. Ensure that you have requisite information and that you don't allow yourself to be scammed by anyone or any institution. We have legitimate institutions out there, but we also have persons with nefarious intent, and they will also try to get at you especially during this time.
Mrs. Allen emphasized that even in reputable institutions, there are individuals with malicious intentions who may attempt to exploit unsuspecting people during the busy Christmas season.
We encourage you to ensure that you read the fine prints, ask for contracts. Some places who are lending money now, they don't give you contracts at all. You ask for something in writing so you can know exactly what are the terms and the conditions. What's the interest rate? How much money am I getting? When do I have to pay? What is the monthly payment? What happens if there's any default? Please, we're asking persons to be a little more responsible.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says his government is committed to implementing strategies that prioritize mental wellness as a means of addressing the underlying causes of violence in society.
The issue of mental wellness is now a central focus, not just of the population generally, but it is also a direct focus of government policy. The government is seeking to instrumentally and strategically integrate peace building within government policy for the individual, for the community, and for the country.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness recently met with spiritual leader Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, founder of the Art of Living Foundation.
The Art of Living Foundation and other such strategies works to support the root cause, to determine and help to determine policies that impact the root cause of violent behavior through the promotion of peace in communities, helping us to resolve conflict through dialogue, so important, the ability to reason things out before resorting to violence. Here in Jamaica, the foundation has supported over 3,000 inmates through its prison rehabilitation programs and has worked extensively in inner city communities, schools, youth and corporate entities, promoting emotional resilience and positive attitudes.
The Prime Minister praised the foundation's work, highlighting its role in promoting peace and conflict resolution in Jamaica through self-development and meditation programs. Flu season is here. Are you prepared? In this Living Healthy feature from the World Health Organization, we take a closer look at how the influenza virus is tracked every season to decide what strains of the virus to include in a vaccine and whether the vaccine is safe and when you should get vaccinated.
The influenza virus is smart. It has many strains. It keeps changing to overcome immunity, and it jumps species. It exists in every country, and every year, hundreds of thousands of people die because of seasonal influenza. How do experts and scientists keep ahead of this virus? We are talking today to Dr. Shoshana Golden about how experts and public health scientists keep us safe and protected from this virus.
Ms. Mita, you're right. The influenza virus is complex and it's always changing. Our best tool to protect against severe influenza illness and death is the vaccine. So what this means is that we are always in a race between the influenza virus and keeping our vaccine up to date. Over the last 70 years, we've developed a sophisticated network to allow us to keep up with the virus's evolution. The Global Influenza Surveillance and Response System is a network of more than 150 labs.
Time now for the Business Report with Denise Williams.
Good day, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, your guide to the latest happenings in the world of business. It's earnings season for companies listed on the stock market, so let's do a quick rundown. R.A. Williams Distributors Limited reports 6 months net profit of 7.59 million Jamaican dollars. Lumber Depot Limited reports 6 months net profit attributable to shareholders of $86.25 million. Indies Pharma Jamaica Limited reports 4% net increase in year-end net profit. Blue Power Group Limited reports 6 months net profit of $87.15 million. T-Tech Limited has advised that the company has received a formal takeover offer from Simply Secure Limited to acquire 32,770,777 of the issued and outstanding shares in the company. This is in compliance with the takeover rules of the securities regulations and rules of the Jamaica Stock Exchange. With 9,000 units of new car sales annually in Jamaica, the Dominican-owned Bella Castle International has seized on the opportunity to launch the Chang Gang Jamaica showroom and after-sales service center in St. Andrew. Speaking at the December 4, 2024 brand launch at the Old Hope Road facility, General Manager of Bella Castle, Praxides Castillo Bella Parte, pointed out that the dealership is aiming to be a top 5 selling brand in Jamaica. We are planning on having a network of sub-dealers, he stated. We're going to authorize companies to sell the Chang Gang in other regions of Jamaica. And in the coming years, probably we're going to construct a center in Montego Bay. During trading for the period of December 16, 2024, the following companies represent the top 3 most active stocks that investors bought and sold on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Entertainment and gaming firm Supreme Ventures Limited with 7,080,763 units represented 23.25% of the market volume in terms of sales. Food and finance conglomerate Grace Kemney Limited with 6,561,501 units represent 20.17% of the market volume in terms of sales. Advertising agency One Great Studio Company Limited with 4,886,858 units represent 15.02% of the market volume in terms of sales. Moving from the money moves of investors, executives, and companies on the stock market, we turn to the Forex market. On December 16, 2024, the Bank of Jamaica reported that US $88.81 million was bought from Forex traders, while US $82.94 million was sold to Forex traders. Buying directly from the Bank of Jamaica, foreign currency traders sold the US dollar for $156.73 and bought US dollars for $155.69. The difference between the buy and sell rate was $1.04, which represents a profit for Forex traders for every US dollar traded. Canadian Forex traders earned a trading profit of $1.48 from transactions with the Bank of Jamaica. The Canadian dollar was sold at $110.34 and bought for $109.34. For traders looking at the British pound, they pocketed a profit of $2.66, selling it for $199.29 and buying it for $198.95. For the credit report of the day, we continue to look at how you can use your credit score to rebuild and create financial opportunities in 2025. So we pick up with the month of July. Consider a secured credit card. If you are rebuilding, a secured credit card is a low-risk way to show positive activity and grow your credit score. In August, consider negotiating better rates. Call creditors to request lower interest rates on existing debt. The higher credit score can give you leverage to secure better terms. September, add positive credit accounts. Consider adding a credit builder loan or becoming an authorized user on a trusted family member's account. October, monitor your progress. Check your credit score through a free monitoring tool. Celebrate milestones and identify areas for further improvement. November, bundle and refinance. Use your improved credit score to refinance loans or consolidate debt into a lower interest option to save money. And next December, plan for your next year. Evaluate your 2025 progress. What worked, what didn't work. Set updated goals and strategies for 2026 to continue building momentum. And with that, we wrap up today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams. Appreciate your company. Stay well informed. Stay ahead of the curve. Till our next update, take care.
In regional news, Japan is stepping up support for CARICOM nations. Over the weekend, Japan's Foreign Minister Iwaya Takeshi and CARICOM dignitaries witnessed the signing of a 730 million yen grant aid agreement. The deal, signed by Japan's Foreign Ministry and the UN Industrial Development Organization, aims to boost industrial development and economic diversification in the Caribbean. The project will provide Japanese technologies in water management and agribusiness while offering technical training to CARICOM officials. Japan says this initiative is part of its policy to help small island nations tackle climate vulnerabilities and strengthen their economies. From Barbados, the regional security system is warning the public to stay vigilant when receiving WhatsApp messages. This alert follows reports of cyber criminals using the popular app to target unsuspecting victims. Wendy Burke has the details.
The alarming trend which has emerged across the region has not gone unnoticed by officials of the Regional Security System, the RSS. The agency has been working diligently to ensure that citizens of its member states do not fall victim to the emerging scam. In a statement issued by the RSS's Asset Recovery Unit, the ARU, all WhatsApp users are urged to remain vigilant and exercise caution when utilizing the communication platform. It pointed out that over the past few weeks, unsuspecting victims have received WhatsApp messages from unknown numbers or numbers purporting to be a WhatsApp support representative requesting a code received via SMS to be sent to the contacting number. Users are made to believe that the code is required to verify their WhatsApp account. Once this is done, the hackers gain access and control of the victim's account. The RSS explained that the hackers use the victim's number to send messages to persons in their contact list, requesting money to be sent to them via a money remitter. They claim, among other things, to be stranded overseas and in need of funds to pay for a hotel or buy an airline ticket. Furthermore, the scammers have also been sending links or codes to these contacts as a means of soliciting more victims. Several people have fallen prey to the scheme. Officials at the RSS ARU are advising that there are steps people can take to significantly reduce the risk of being compromised by these criminal actors. Users should follow the recommended steps to verify requests. Protect your personal information. Be cautious with verification codes. Report any suspicious activity to local law enforcement agencies. And enable two-factor authentication on WhatsApp. Members of the public are encouraged to stay abreast of this trend and cooperate with authorities in an effort to combat the issue and prevent these malicious activities from causing further harm. Wendy Burke, CBC News.
Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Timothy Antoine, has expressed satisfaction with the bank's achievements over the past year and the positive impact of its work on its people of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. The details in this report.
I'm very pleased with the progress we made on the ease of opening bank accounts. You will hear more of that in the next few months, but as of December 1, we have given a certain guidance to our banks to make it easier for people to open bank accounts, including the requirement for 1, not 2 IDs, the establishment of what we call low-risk accounts, and a number of things to make it easier for people to do business. Startups, young people coming out of school who want to engage with the financial system. And so that's something we worked together on for the last year, and I'm very pleased that we're now in a position to bring some direct impact to the public in regard to the ease of opening bank accounts. I'm also pleased that this year we finally saw the rollout of the Credit Bureau. The Credit Bureau has now been established in the Currency Union. A long dream and ambition of our Currency Union. Credit Bureau is here. And in the next few months, it was launched in Antigua and Barbuda. The legislation has been passed in all 8 countries, and we will have, in the next few months, all of our countries seeing the Credit Bureau. Not just for banks, credit unions, as well as other credit information providers. I also want to acknowledge what we've done with respect to the Partial Credit Guarantee Program. Today, that guarantee has now done in excess of 130 guarantees, more than $15 million I think Carmen and her team are in St. Vincent and Grenadines this week, Grenada next week, so they're on the road. But this is a program we launched in the pandemic to help small businesses access credit. It's been a little slow in takeoff, but now it's starting to take off. And again, it's our effort to support small businesses. Every large business started small. And there's no way in this currency union we are going to realize our ambition of the big push without small businesses really growing and taking off. So this is something we're very proud of.
In St. Lucia, Prime Minister Philippe J. Pierre has welcomed the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank's new directive requiring all licensed financial institutions to offer basic bank accounts to customers starting December 1, 2024. Speaking to reporters ahead of a House session, the Prime Minister expressed his excitement that a policy the government had long advocated for was finally being implemented. More in this report from HTS News Force.
The ECCB's rollout of basic accounts affirms the bank's commitment to financial inclusion and making its products available and affordable to individuals and business owners within the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, ECCU. According to a press release from the ECCB, basic account holders will be able to make point-of-sale, bill payment, and ATM and bank-to-bank transfer transactions through access to debit cards, online banking, and automated clearinghouse and electronic funds transfer services. Prime Minister Philippe J. Pierre has embraced the ECCB's call, commending the bank for its decision.
It's a welcome press release from the ECCB. You know, only this week, or late last week, only on Friday, speaking at an FSRA conference, I made a point that it's easier to open bank accounts. I'm very happy that the ECCB and the governor in particular has almost instructed the bank that it should make it easier. Bank accounts.
Prime Minister Pierre is particularly happy that students and self-starters will get to open a bank account at a young age.
But that doesn't mean that it will not be the normal due diligence, but at least particularly young people.
In sports, we opened the innings with cricket. The West Indies appeared on track for victory in the first T20 International of their three-match series against Bangladesh at the Arnos Vale playing field in Kingstown, St. Vincent, but fell short in the final over. Wayne Cunningham has the details.
Indies won the toss and elected to field first at Arnos Vale in the first T20 versus Bangladesh, and that was a telling decision, as power play bowling specialist Akil Hussain had Tanzid Hassan and Litan Das back in the dugout with back-to-back deliveries in the third over to put Bangladesh in a spot of bother at 2 for 15. They rallied to get to 147 all out in their 20 overs, mostly in part to 43 from Sumaya Sakar and some late hitting from the lower order. Hussain ended with the best bowling figures of 2 for 13 in 4 overs.
We stay with cricket as Cricket West Indies has announced a new T20 tournament set for April to May 2025, aimed at showcasing emerging Caribbean talent. Director Miles Bascom confirmed at a press conference in St. Vincent that the event will be managed by the Caribbean Premier League organizers. While details are still being revealed, the tournament is seen as a vital platform to develop grassroots talents, filling the gap left by the last Caribbean T20 in 2013, which was won by Trinidad and Tobago.
The first of which is an addition of another domestic tournament that we've spoken about, and now I can confirm that the CWI Board of Directors have agreed to move forward with a domestic T20 league aimed at emerging T20 players, and we will be doing that with the support of the CPL, and we are targeting April to May 2025. There will definitely be more information about that, but following the approval of the board, preparations for that tournament will definitely step into high gear, and I'm quite excited about that.
We switch to football. The first Citizens Jewels of the Caribbean Under-20 Women's Football Tournament kicked off on Sunday at the Larry Gomes Stadium in Malabar, with the TNT Red Angels taking on Dominica in the feature match. Wayne Cunningham brings us the highlights of that game, along with the Jamaica versus St. Vincent and the Grenadines matchup.
The TNT Red Angels squad, coached by Ayanna Russell, took on Dominica in the feature match on the opening day of the Jewels of the Caribbean Under-20 Women's Tournament. In addition to giving the players a taste of international competition, the tournament is set to aid in the final selection for the national Under-20 women's team for CONCACAF qualifiers next February. TNT Red were quickly in their stride. Rory Gittins sent through via a neat pass from Nikita Gosain, but the final shot finds the upright. Then Gosain hits just over from a tight angle. Gosain was a thorn in the side of the Dominican defense as she took ownership of the right flank. She picks out her captain, Oriel Martin, who bangs home the opening item past Diamond Daniel in the Dominica goal.
That's the news on PBCJ. You can follow us on our social media platforms at PBCJamaica. Thanks for watching and season's greetings.